must have got new lights down at the other end for this track, because it's usually always double red, and then when a train comes it's double yellow. And if there's one in the yard going through, it could be like red over yellow, yellow over red. But we've never ever had a green light down there for a tunnel train track 2, which is way down there on the overpass. I can still see it. It's green over red, which is a first. So I'm taking it they got brand new light down there. Nice day out today. Been out all day filming stuff, so I think it got to about 17 degrees today. Just gonna move something for a second here. Okay, sorry for the wobble. Alright, I'm going to move up. Still enough daylight left I can get up here over here. A little windy today. We were supposed to go to the airport today in Toronto, but that got canceled now. Well, we didn't end up going because it's going to be too windy, and I need a lot of zoom to film planes landing. And for them approaching and stuff, I need to be able to zoom all the way in, and the wind's gusting at 50. There's no way I'm holding that camera steady. And the chance of rain today. Oh, there's a couple of drops right at me there. I am going to back up here again to the building. Still getting the wind, but at least I get out of a few of the drops. The wind's kind of going sideways across the building, so it doesn't really protect me too much from any of it. The wind, the rain, it does a bit. Pretty big train. Oh, I was just gonna say, maybe we'll get a DPU on this one. And I think I see one down there. Maybe we'll get the all-elusive foreign powers this year. I know I've said that in many other videos, but we used to at least get a couple of them a day coming through. Now it's hardly ever. I haven't seen one. I don't know when the last one I seen was. It was in the spring. So everything is CN now here. be staying today for about 3 or 4 trains, so that I've got one for each day for coming up here. I don't come very often anymore for trains. I just get enough to get my one a day. Everything that I used to love about the trains is kind of gone. I still like them, but it's not my #1 thing on here anymore. I used to love the mix of engines and the foreign powers and the nice full car graffiti, and that's all gone as well. The big character art stuff, that's what was my favorite was. It's gone. Okay, here we go. Alright, well, I'm just going to stay around the corner here. Not get under the lights. I won't aim sideways too much, but I'll stay out of this wind. You probably don't hear any wind noise because I velcroed a cloth over the microphones. Cuts out almost all the wind noise and still has good audio using the original mics. Hopefully I solved my getting out of focus issues with this new camera in the dark, especially with these black cars. I had it on, I didn't realize I had somehow put it back onto auto mode. And I do not like auto mode for dark, especially filming dark subjects. I like to put it on sport mode, custom and sport for the Canon cameras. That way it keeps the same focus level, and it won't go from different mode to mode and then get out of focus. And I don't know if it's working. Seems to be working good. This is what I used to have on the old Canon, my old G20. Had that on sport mode, never had any issues. And it's made for faster action too, which sometimes when the trains get moving, you need it on sport mode to keep it in focus on it. Most trains do start going by here slow, but usually after about 1 minute they're right up there, but except for this train and the 491. Those are the 2 snail trains. They'll go by for 5 to 10 minutes at this speed. Now we'll get the truck frames. Once this train's done, I get back to my van. Finish watching. I was watching TV in there, so I got a movie on. I do have full TV in my van. After that, I put on a hockey game. I do know that the Leafs are playing tonight, so that is my team, but I am a hockey fan. I'll watch almost any game. It doesn't matter, but Leafs are my team. I've switched a few times over the years because I used to be way more of a player fan. I liked certain players and they could have been on any team. And I like following. A lot of times it's our local Sarnia Sting players here when they go up to the NHL. I sometimes like I was a big Tampa Bay fan for a while there when Stamkos went up. Also, I kind of liked Philly for a while when Konechny. But now he's on, well, yeah, he's still on Philly, sorry, yeah. I used to like DeBrincat. He wasn't a Sting, but I kind of like the little guy, you know, making it up finally. He was a little late. He deserved to go up a little earlier. And then, of course, he's done great. But he's now on a team I kind of really don't like, so I'm not a Red Wing fan. One of my most disliked teams, but it's okay. I like all hockey. Get a little bit of an angle here without trying to get those over side lights here glared. Once again, this is the A0485. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Leave a comment. Let us know where you're from. Now we get our second set of truck frames. Looks like that'll be the end of the train after that. It's gonna hold a good focus. Back into the wind. There we go. Subscribe. if I can zoom in there, right on the overpass. Right there in the middle. Those are the two reds. Right on the overpass there. They've actually now got a brand new light there now. It will go green. I saw my first green light there today, but he'll go right on through there. Red or not. It's red. Oh, he's on track 3. Alright, he's on the service emergency track, or the service track. I didn't even notice that. That other track is for track, well, main line anyway, but that is main line, track 3. It's just, it's kind of south service track, they call it. It goes through the same lights down there. So it is going under that same lights. Normally there's always a double yellow there when there's a train coming from the tunnel for track 2, and then the overpass further down, which you can only see at night, and I saw it down there, it is red as well. All 3 lights are red down there. But they obviously know what they're doing. There must be something that is different lately, because that is not the first time I've seen that. It's, well, out of a few thousand trains, I've seen it maybe 4 times, but I've seen it 3 times in the last 2 weeks, so. I'm not the expert on the lights. I know what they mean for all the other things, like these lights, and those lights down there are always my indicator on when a train's coming, and they're generally right. Except for the odd rare train like this. But I did hear it on the radio, that's why I knew it was coming. 492. This is a regular daily train. Usually the guys that drive these are super friendly, nice, they honk a lot, they wave. Really good. I think these are yard guys, I believe. They take over the 491 and 492 and the 485 and all those, the snail ones. But I seen the 485 went over a bit ago. I haven't seen the 491 go over, so that might mean the 491 is next. Because this is the 492 coming back, and they're usually always almost back to back. Because these guys, well, usually it goes over and the Canadian guys come back on the 492, and then they're back here. But if they go back over there, then they're over there. I don't know how they do that. I know there are times when they do take a cab back over the bridge and stuff like that, but sometimes I'm over there. I go over there to the coin shop. I go over there and hang out. Sometimes I'm over there. I want to start going over the other side and do some railfanning over there. If I ever knew that the guys were over there and they were going to be taking a cab all the way back and through, and I'm over there. I do got a van. They all know my van. I'm coming back. I got no problem bringing them back over. I probably wouldn't think they'd be allowed to. I don't know. I do have Nexus at the border, so I'm pre-screened. I don't have a passport though. Been meaning to get one. Because if I'm going to be going over to Europe or Asia within the next year, I'm going to need a passport. Nexus won't do that. Nexus will only get me to the States or Mexico or some of them islands down there that are don't require. Some people say that they don't take Nexus coming into the States from Mexico, but I've done it. I've done it myself, so I've used it. Oh, we got our trespasser down there. There's one or two guys that always go down there and they park there. They're not allowed. It is illegal. But some people just don't care. We don't call them rail fans or rail fanners. We call them rail disturbers. My point, like, if you want a rail fan, you abide by rules and regulations, you're a true fan. But if you're out breaking the law, doing all this stuff, and being a criminal to watch the trains, that's not rail fanning. It's not a fan of it. You don't go to a hockey game and start throwing stuff on the ice to hold the game up and call yourself a fan. You're a disturber. It doesn't affect the trains at all, but the CN police specifically have told us that we cannot park down, especially on that gravel area down there, because the trains can't see coming around the corner. They can't see that spot. But they've closed off that whole parking lot now. It's now private property. There's no parking, but people drive right around the big cement barrier on the gravel and go around it and park inside, and that's just not good in my books anyway. But if you want to be a fan of something, you got to abide by the rules of it, whether you agree with it or not. But it's just my opinion, my beliefs, and that's what I follow. Yeah, don't go on the tracks, even though somebody started a rumor years ago about a few of us that were out here rail fanning that were going out on the tracks and wandering around over there, and it's just not true. But that's okay. Those are just usually people that have issues. It's all good. Everybody that's here knows better. Oh, got a little out of focus there on those cars. It's been doing so good with the sport setting on. I'm gonna exit there. Just gonna get a lot of wind now. Go as far as this yellow line right here. I don't think I would ever stand right here, right at the yellow. Actually, they've moved the yellow line to all the way to here. The old line, they've repaved or repainted out a new one, and I'm nowhere near standing there if there's a train whipping down track 1 here, because you're within 3 feet of the train. No way. This old yellow line here, I wouldn't even stand there for trains. If one's going by really slow and I want to film it going by slow, maybe I'll come out to look close to this line over here and get, but it's just too quick, too fast going by. I usually stand right at the edge of the building here. I just moved up now because it's going so slow. Annie is on track 3. And I'm trying to get out of the glares over there. And there's our end. sure if I'll stay for any more. That is my train 4. I wanted 3, that's 4. I might stay for 6. Hard to say. We'll see what's lined up. Alright.